Debbie and Jerry, Eric Davis, Haydocy Airstream, wanted to thank you for reaching out. Today, I'm going to tell you a little bit about the 25-foot Airstream International Onyx Edition. It's kind of special because it's a limited edition. This will be, if you're rolling down the road with this and they see the Onyx logo on the side, the hardcore Airstreamers will know you got something special. We're going to start up front. 25 foot stainless steel. What does that mean? This is going to protect everything, your investment, if you will. The stainless steel can be polished and buffed out. We can get rid of it when we go to sell this thing. It's going to help with resale. This is all Lexan. Lexan, and I love what they've done here with the little roll switches. This is all tempered glass, but notice on the 25 you're going to have panoramic front, panoramic back windows. And this is all UV protection along with having the Lexan. Now, you've got dual 12-volt deep cell batteries. What's cool about that is you're probably used to a single deep cell battery. In this case, we put an inverter system in here, which I'll talk a little bit more about. But those two deep cell batteries will keep you off the planet for a period of time. Now, twin 30-pound propane tanks. I've got 60 pounds of propane. I don't care whether you're showering every day, let's cook every day, let's fire up that heater. You got a lot of propane here to keep you off the planet. The Barker system. The Barker system is a leveling system, but also it's all automatic as far as your electronic jack is concerned. This is all stuff that actually makes for, well, the whole concept of staying off-grid a little better. Now, how about this? We've got a plug-in port, 30 amp service. What does that do for you? That allows you to take, say, dual 2,000 watt Hondas, plug in, and you can run the entire planet from this port up here, whether that's in your vehicle or whether it's part of something that you want to put an umbilical to. Now also, the cool factor. You have down here a quick disconnect port for that apparatus. What would that be? That could be the plug-in for a gas grill. You might want to use that for a an additional, maybe a space heater. How about this? How about backfilling a propane tank in case you're off-grid? Say you're down in Florida, you want to come off of that big resource. So to have that quick disconnect propane port, very cool. Come on around. This is going to give you, I love the buck riveting. This is really that whole quality factor. If we're in the sports series, you know that you had HERS windows. Well, these are all the beautifully accomplished radius buck riveted Airstream windows with the rain guards that go to some of the cool stuff. Now here's what we got. Outdoor shower, hot and cold running water. This is your access for your fresh water source. What is really cool about that is that it is locked. On the 25-foot platform, here's the other cool thing. You have lighting underneath for your sewer septic system. Keeping in mind, it is front of the dual axled wheels, meaning that no access to any damage of the septic system. Now, cool factor. You've got an internal regulator, so when we plug into that outside water source, your internal regulator here will keep that water pressure at 65.5 psi. You don't have to worry about blowing any gaskets, any copper lines, any of the PVC lines, because you are regulated water. Now, this is a black water sewer flush valve. This is all about clean hands. Picture, if you will, my water source goes in here. It is like an umbrella, those tines spinning inside that tank with high pressure water is going to wash out the entire black water. This is all about going down the road and making sure that those tanks are going to be in good condition for the life of the trailer. Now we get to some of the cool stuff. Dual axle Dexter axle system with the shock absorber. The whole thing about this axle system is this. Number one, the first thing is, if I lose a tire, guess what? I can roll where, I don't care if you've got 3 hours to get to the campsite, let's go camping. We'll worry about that extra blown tire when we get there. The other thing is independent brakes on all four wheels. You have no lube hubs, never adjust brakes. This is the best axle system on the planet, period. It's Dexter. It is a rubber torsion bar where they freeze the rubber in nitrogen. It collapses. They invert an axle. Independent wheel suspension. This is all about protecting what's inside. Does not get any better than the axle system on an Airstream. Now, your Access 4, TV and satellite hookups. Then you have the outside hookup for your 30 amp service. Once again, it's the cool factor. Check out, I just want to show you this before we get inside. All of the light that's going to pour in from the Vista views to the Radius, and we talked about all of these beautiful Airstream windows being UV protected but also tempered glass. Yet, is it the cool factor? It sure is. Come on around. The back end of the Airstream. First of all, what you have here is the panoramic windows. That's all about light pouring in. I want to quickly point out, everything on your Airstream here is all LED lighting. Your exterior lamps, all of your running lamps, all of the interior lighting is all LED. Two factors there. It's going to be around a lot longer than you and I. Also, requires very little power, and it is cool to the touch, meaning that we do not have that incandescent light heating up our platform. You want to know what I love about Airstream when you get above the Sport Series? You've got storage. You've got a trunk. You've got exterior storage. You've got trunk storage. You ever wanted to add that bike rack, something along those lines? That can be accomplished on the 25-foot Onyx. Come on around. On the 25-foot, on the Onyx, what is very important is going to be the electronic awning. But above and beyond that, let's talk a little bit about what you get in the 25. First of all, the way that we are constructed here, you've got a fully welded steel frame. You've got that kid and dog protector. When you shut a door on an Airstream, that Airstream door remains shut. Then let's talk about the exterior door. First of all, light pouring in. This is beautiful because, once again, more light on the planet. This door is as well insulated as anything that Airstream produces. Notice, if you will, the Radius aircraft type construction. And when we shut the door, that is the whole concept of quality. Doesn't get any better than this from the standpoint of Airstream. Guys, come on in. We're going to take a look at the 25-foot
There's a lot
Onyx.
to look at in the Onyx,
But what I love right away is all the controls are at your fingertips, meaning that your dimmers for overhead lighting, which is all LED, all of your exterior and interior lights. You have the controls for that automatic awning, which, by the way, has both a tilt feature for both ends, so if you need the runoff for rain, it's all right here. Then you have your battery disconnect with an additional GFI protected outlet. So, if you will, a lot of the brains of the trailer are at your fingertips. But what you're going to see as you walk into this beautiful platform is how gorgeous the interior is.
Okay, so what you see and what appears right away when you're looking at the Airstream is all of this beautiful light that's going to be pouring in. But along with that, you have things such as the ocean air shades, just beautifully accomplished. Obviously, you have the overhead Vista view windows, all Radius, 3-position. By the way, these are jalousie windows, meaning that they pivot out, meaning that if there is any water, we're not getting water on the interior. Then we come to the rear of the coach where we have all of this beautiful light pouring in. But what you're then going to notice is some of the fun stuff. And what is that? Ultra leather. The ultra leather that appears here is what's called the Oyster Ultra Leather. Great thing about it is you can't scratch it, you can't stain it. It's got a wonderful deflection as far as the sit and the feel. And the other thing is, if you ever get any damage to an individual, we can send you another cushion. The other thing is, literally it'll take water so that you can wash it. And it has no Dacron in it that's going to collapse, separate, and ball. The other thing is, it breathes. No hot sticky in the summer, no cool slick in the winter. Now you've got a drop-down dinette here, which drops into place for a dual sleeper in the back. And then as we wrap around, you'll see that you also have a pull-out, which will give you that opportunity to sleep people and also separate yourself from them, and we'll show you a little bit about that in the center of the cabin. So obviously beautifully set up here, and let's face it, if I could actually take the table down, maybe throw it on the back bed, and you're going to have room for 6 people here, or 7 or 8, very comfortably situated. Don't forget that big awning outside though. Let's spend our time outside. Now, one thing I did want to also point out, guess what? Overhead skylight, dumping light in. Along with that, you've got these beautiful, fantastic fans. These will draw tens of thousands of cubic feet of air directly out of this unit. They're my favorite because also they have a sensor inside, which if any moisture gets to them, you might be off the planet, they automatically close. This is beautiful. Let's talk about the Galley. The Galley setup in the Onyx, of course, is first of all, you have a custom color Corian surface, and you can actually pop things into place. Now this has, to me, it's a granite look, but with the maintenance and care that requires nothing. And in fact, if you were to even take a chunk out of this by dropping let's say a skillet, you can actually polish and buff all this out. Will not stain. You won't have any damage to the actual Onyx. And look, you have a backsplash. Along with that, you have the Moen. Moen is the go-to source as far as the Onyx is concerned. Then you have a deep well stainless steel along with that lucite cutting board that certainly gives you all that beautiful counter space. You've got your back porthole windows here. And then this is all your brains. What I mean by that is you have your computer system here, which will have your water pump, and you can monitor every tank. Your GFI outlet. This is the inverter system. The inverter system allows you to run everything on the planet. Say we stop at that rest area, we're there for 8 hours or days. We can turn on our inverter system, which would allow us to power both of our TVs, all of our entertainment, make sure we could run all of the overhead lighting, and we could stay off grid for a couple of days with also access to inverted outlets where we could plug in computers, plug in coffee makers, and utilize just our batteries. Very cool system. Now, this is your stainless steel cover for that 3-burner high output range. You have a convection microwave, so also being able to do both oven cooking. Along with all of your product has side mounted steel rides, beautiful polished chrome accents, European overhead exhaust, which allows us actually access to our entire cabinetry, even though it still vents all of that heat. Now this is the cool factor. Here's where we have a fully adjustable rack system as far as our pantry is concerned. Incredible amount of storage in a small area. And then across from that we have our big Dometic. The big cubic foot Dometic, which gives us that smart system. What do I mean by the smart system? You have an automatic setting on this that allows us to keep us, if you pull your shore power, it'll automatically switch over to propane, meaning that whatever we got in here, we want to keep it cold, we got that accomplished. What do you say we go mid-ship in our Airstream? What this allows us to do is automatically we can separate ourselves from the front deck, which means if we have guests, they will have access to wardrobe or to our stand-up shower, and the stand-up shower is going to give you, if you're 6 foot tall, you got plenty of room to stand up. It's all vented. But someone can be utilizing the shower, someone can be utilizing the lavatory, and we can separate ourselves from the front. Check out this lavatory. And by the way, look at the detail here. This is kind of the signature, if you will, the porthole window combining that beautiful brushed aluminum. Check this out. Okay, the lavatory is beautiful because first of all, you have all kinds of storage over and under. You've got the beautiful Wilson Art laminate top, stainless steel, Moen appliances, all kinds of storage underneath, pedestal toilet with the special bow floor, but also what this gives us is plenty of room to change our socks. So what that means is someone can be utilizing the lavatory while our other guests are utilizing the shower. Very nicely done.
Okay, now we're talking master bedroom.
This allows us to separate ourselves once again from the rest of the platform, meaning that if our guests are in the back of the coach, they will have access to all that fun stuff, and we can separate ourselves and enjoy our own space. Now, what happens right away is that you have more storage. You have storage. You have some beautiful wardrobe storage, chests of drawers. And then, of course, you walk into this area with that walk-around queen, panoramic windows. But let's talk about storage. Check this out. Your undermount storage for the bed is going to give you all those beautiful bins that Airstream provides. You've got special pillow packages along with covers. And not only do you have the access from the air moving through, but you have access from side windows. You have overhead fantastic fans that are going to bring this air in. And not only that, what you have is an additional 22-inch HD LED TV. And you have the Dometic system, which is going to give you that heating and cooling. One touch, set it and forget it. This is kind of important because these are all electronic ignition devices, meaning that all you do is go to the heating and cooling system, plug in your temperature, and guess what? You're good to go. This is a beautiful setup as far as I'm concerned on a very lightweight travel trailer. I love the master bedroom in the 25-foot Onyx. I want to thank you guys again for reaching out to Haydocy Airstream. The 25-foot Onyx is special for a couple reasons. Obviously, the fact it's a limited edition, but in what I feel is the best platform that Airstream represents because of all of the light that pours in, panoramic front, back, and a relatively lightweight chassis. That's why the 25 is probably the best-selling frame that we have on our lot, period. Then you combine some of the special qualities, being that you have the electronic awning, you have such thing as the ebony or dark Asian sand cabinetry, along with the beautiful oyster leather. Is it special? Of course it is. Give me a shout out. Once again, Eric Davis, area code 614-279-8880, or you can reach me on my email, eric@haydocy.com. Guys, I know you're Airstreamers, and I know you're enjoying the journey. I want to just wish you the best. Hopefully we can shake hands with you, because this is all about happy camping.